Hey guys, welcome back to this channel Zenkaya, and again today I'm back with one video that is how the web works. Alright, so this is going to be the last video of this particular series of networking. After that I'm going to start with cryptography and then we will continue with ethical hacking. Alright, so this is going to be one of the most interesting topic again, and lot of in-depth topic we will be discussing, and we will understand few terms or terminology that are important in web. All right, as because for understanding the ethical hacking we need to understand about the how web pages work, how web application works, how application works. All right, without understanding the framework of how web pages work we can't proceed forward with the ethical hacking. All right, that is a very important aspect in order to understand cyber security. All right, so let us start today's video, how the web works. So first comes DNS. What do you mean by DNS? It is simply domain name system. What do you understand by domain name system? It translates domain names. Imagine I tell you that you have to remember 10 websites name in the format of numbers. Imagine it is 104.26.10.229. Similarly, like this 10 more web pages you need to remember. Would you remember that? No, after a point human brain has a limit, right? After a certain point you can't remember all the numbers. That is the reason this particular concept has been introduced, where it says that you don't need to remember numbers. Numbers are difficult to remember, but what you can do is you can remember a name, okay, a particular name that you can relate to it or map to that particular IP address. Okay, just like a phone book, you don't remember all people's phone number. What you do, you just remember the person's name. That is nothing but domain name system. All right, like a phone book for the internet, makes browsing easy. Of course, google.com, we don't know what Google's IP is, but we know how google.com works. Okay, just go to Google and type google.com. That's simple, right? If I have to tell you that you have to type 8.8.8.8, you would be confused, right? How to exactly remember all those numbers. So no need to memorize complex numbers. That is the number one point. Every device on the internet has a unique IP address. So that is very important point again. Every website that you see on the internet has a unique address. If two are having the common address, then obviously it will be confused. It will be, it is not possible again. Two person can have same name, but two websites, it is different. It cannot be same having the same name. Why? Because it will collide. Okay, whenever user goes to some websites, they would want it to be unique. Okay, that's the reason they have introduced domain name system. That is the reason we buy our domain. If you have to start your company, you have to buy a domain name system. All right, that should be unique. That should be referring to your website. I hope it is clear to you. Next comes domain hierarchy. All right, so we understood how domain name systems works, but it has a hierarchy. What are the hierarchy? First comes root domain. Root domain connects two things, that it's top level domain and second level domain. What is top level domain and what is second level domain? Let's understand. In top level domain, you can see the blue colors are all top level domains. Means what? The rightmost section of the domain. That is, it consists of, let's say, edu, let's say .com, .gov, .mil. All this what represents some kind of organization. Okay, whether it's commercial, whether it's education, whether it's government, so whether it is military, all this represents some kind of organization. All right, that is what top level domain means. But the second level domain, what it requires, what it signifies the name of that particular organization. Okay, example, MIT, Zenkaya, Google, USA, NASA, Army, all these are what? Second level domain. Okay, that is mit.com, you can search mit.edu, you can search. All right, it simply means domain hierarchy. This is the hierarchy that you need to remember. Next, understanding domain structure. Okay, TLD, top level domain, that we have already read. Next is rightmost part of the domain, we have already seen. Next, types. What are the types of two types are there of top level domain? First is GTLD, that is generic top level domain. Second is CC, that is country specific. Okay, you must have seen that if I live in India, so if you have to buy a domain of specifically India, if you have to specify, then just you can do zenkaya.in. okay, like that. Many people, many websites are having .in. okay, that signifies the country. Like that, simply all the countries are having their own specific country specific top level domain that you can buy it. Okay, now includes new ones like .club, .online, .biz, .ai. So all these are what new kind of top level domain that are adding. Okay, that specifically signifies what the website is all about. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now DNS record types. So whenever, what exactly DNS, what kind of information it stores? Ultimately everything is information, right? And ultimately the whole internet that you can see is information. So what kind of information does DNS store? DNS stores, right? Let's check it out. So there are basically, you can say basic to basic 5 types are there. What are those? First is A type. Okay, what are A type? A is nothing but it maps the IP address. Each and every website will have IP address that will be mapped with A type. Okay, that is known as A type. Next is 4 A's are there. What is that represents? That maps to the IPv6. As I told you in the previous classes, what are IPv4, IPv6. So it will 4 A's will store what? IPv6 of each and every website. Okay, CNAME. What is CNAME? It consists of kind of subdomains. Imagine you are having one domain, inside that subdomains are there. In order to all connect those, CNAME consists of all those data of what kind of subdomains you are having. Alright, so next is MX, mail server for domain. Imagine you are having a company and you are having a specific mail server, so that when the main server goes down, that then also mail server should work, right? That is the reason MX will store the mail server. Alright, last one is TXT, wholesome data. Okay, kind of metadata that gives some information about the whole website. Okay, I hope you are understanding this DNS record type. If you are going into ethical hacking, you need to know, understand this whole DNS type. It is very, very important information. Alright, I hope you have understood. Next, how does DNS resolution works? This is a very, very important topic. Understand it carefully. Alright, when you search something in the internet, what exactly happens? Okay, when you search something in the internet, in simple lame words, what I would say is, imagine you are going to a Google and searching one website for the first time. Okay, for the first time, then it would have no clue. Okay, your local server, first it will check local cache check. Local cache, it will check first. The device check, if domain was recently resolved. Okay, it will check your kind of device cache, whether you have already searched that. If you have already searched that, it will take the same cache and it will reply you the domain or whatever the data is stored in that particular, from that particular website, it will be stored temporarily. That stored data will be returned you back. Alright, that is how local cache works. Next, recursive DNS query. Now, when it does not find it in your own device, what it goes, where it goes to the ISP, Internet Service Provider. Okay, it goes to the ISP and checks whether it is already there. Okay, whether if your cache doesn't work, ISP cache, it will try to search whether you have or someone have already searched that particular website. Okay, if they are having that information, they will send you directly from the ISP. Alright, I hope you are understanding. Next is root DNS server. If it does not find in the ISP, Internet Service Provider, then it will go to the root DNS server. That is the basically, imagine GoDaddy. Okay, it is a kind of domain, it sells domain, so it will go to that kind of root DNS server from exactly where all the DNS are stored. It will go to that root and then it will ask, I don't have this domain name system, can you just give me that? Okay, so now it will send you that particular data of whatever data are stored in the DNS. It will be sending you in that IP address. Okay, TLD server points to the domain authoritative name server. Okay, again that root domain will send it to the authoritative TLD. Which one? Like authoritative name server, whether it's .com, .edu, .military. Okay, it will check which one you are searching for. Accordingly, it will send your request to that particular domain. After that, authoritative name server returns the actual DNS records. Once you go or once you reach to that particular name server basically, it will send you the actual data. Imagine .edu, okay, or .com. It will go to that .com name server and then it will send you that particular data. After that, it will get stored in the recursive server cache, and then again from that particular cache it will send you to your devices. Okay, so that is how it works. It directly doesn't go to the server without checking your own caches. Okay, that is what the main important point is. If you check the diagram, it is first you search from your laptop, after that it goes to the recursive DNS server. Okay, that is your ISP, let's say internet service provider. After that it goes to the root DNS server, that is domain name system, the domain server, the actual server from where all the domains are created. Okay, next is authoritative. Next, if it finds out there, then it will find out whether it's .com, .edu or .military. From there it will send it to authoritative. Okay, next from there it will again come to your recursive. After that again it will come to your device. That is how the whole DNS system works. I hope you have understood. Okay, this, just visualize this, it is very simple to understand. Next, we have understood about DNS. Next, let's understand about HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, those both are protocol. We have already understood about HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. HTTP is just kind of secure version. Okay, developed by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989 to 1991. Set of rules for loading websites. Okay, HTML images, videos. Then data is sent in plain text. Okay, I hope you guys already know this. Secure version of just using encryption. Okay, secure version just uses the encryption, that is SSL or TLS. We will see about this kind of encryption methods, okay, in the later videos. Ensures data privacy, authenticity and integrity. These three CIA triad. Okay, we have already seen in the previous videos. Prevents eavesdrops and fake websites. Okay, how do you know whether it's a fake or real website? They are securing it. Okay, HTTPS protocol secures that you are going to the right website. All right. Next, what is URL? URL is nothing but a uniform resource locator. What it tells the browser how and where to fetch resources like HTML, images, etc. Okay, Google X an address plus instruction for accessing anything on the internet. Yes, every time you visit a website, your browser follows a URL. Okay, so let's say when I click on here ChatGPT, it will follow one. See, it will follow one URL. Okay, this is the URL it is going. Okay, any website, you can say Amazon, so it will follow one URL. Okay, this is the URL. Basically it's saying HTTPS, then www.amazon.in, then you go to ap. Then you go to signing page. Okay, there are different pages, so basically it shows where is the locating, where it is located. Okay, that is what it shows by URL. I hope you have understood. Next, that's it. Some common HTTP methods. So basically, if you overall see this particular HTTP methods, you will get four things: get, post, put and delete. Okay, if you are into web development, you would know this particular methods. These are the 4 important methods. There are other methods also, but these are the most common methods: get, post, put and delete. Okay, in simple word, it is a CRUD operation. CRUD means create, read, update and delete. Okay, the whole Instagram, if you see, these are the 4 things that you do. Whether you create a post, whether you read the reels or read the information, or whether you update your information like bio, date of birth, all those are updating, and delete some photos, let's say. So basically these are the 4 operations that you do in any websites. Okay, that's what these methods are: get, post, put, delete. Okay, I hope you are understanding this. Next, so some status code are also there. Okay, some kind of codes are there that represents what exactly is the status code. These are known as status codes. Okay, example 100 to 1999 informational. Okay, some kind of information it will receive. 400 to 499 client errors. So you might have seen 404 errors. So all those are what types of errors. So whatever errors are there, it will come inside this status code. 400 to 499, 500 to 599, all these are server errors. Client errors, server errors. Okay, client is we, servers are they, whoever is providing us the information. Okay, so these are different status code that you can just see and read. Okay, next, again, these are popular status code that you might have already seen or have gone through during browsing. Okay, the most common are 404 not found, 200, 200. Whenever some website you access and you get the thing, it will show you 200. Okay, basically 200 means request successful. 400 bad request, unauthorized. If you are logging in without directly just viewing it without logging in, unauthorized, forbidden. So there are different status code that represents the different status of the websites. Okay, you have to just read it, go through it, and you would understand what it exactly means. All right, next, request header. So there are 2 things basically: request and response. Okay, whenever you send some request, whenever you are typing, let's say google.com, you are sending some request to the Google server. Whenever it is you are getting some kind of response, it is nothing but response. Okay, it consists of header. What does this header means? So we'll see. I'll just show you with an example. Imagine I am going here as an I'm taking out inspect, and we will try to inspect. I am typing here hacker rank. Okay, just hacker rank I'm typing here, and I am analyzing the network. Okay, so these are the network. Okay, let me again do. So see, we are requesting. There are a lot of requests going from my system. Okay, you can just go through it, any of the webs requests. Let's say this one. Okay, so and you can see the response here, or this is, let's say, this one, or any other. Let me take. Okay, so you can see response. So this response will also have some kind of information with it. Okay, that is nothing but response header, and again it will also have request header also. Okay, so it will again different versions, different information will be there. So all these are nothing but request and response. Whenever you request something, it will go as a request header, and whenever you are getting requests, it will again some information will be there along with it. Okay, sorry. So look at this. There are different information like host specifies the domain requested, what exactly you have requested. Okay, use for server hosting multiple websites. A user as an identifies the client, browser and version, which exactly kind of browser you are using and version you are using. It will identify. Content length, how much length is your content. Okay, it will show you different information. I hope you are understanding. This is quite understandable. Except encoding, cookies. Okay, short-term kind of information that is being saved in your system. All right, so now as request, we know like that, response will also be there. Whenever you are putting some request, it will give some response if it is valid. So again, some kind of response will be there, like set cookie, catch control, content type, encoding. Basically what it will do is, it will you are sending a packet that is basically a request, and it will again send you the packets. So that packet send will be received by the browser, and then the browser will run all those code, okay, whether it be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, okay, that will be run by browser. That is not running it in the server. That is, server is just sending you the packets, then your browser is running all those codes. Okay, I hope you are understanding it. Next, what are cookies? Cookies are small pieces of data stored on your computer. Basically, whenever you imagine you are ordering something, or you are logging into some websites, so all those websites are saved in cookies, so that you don't have to remember again and again. Okay, it is a kind of it is stored in your system only. All right, whenever you are putting some things in your cart in Amazon website, all those are stored in cache. Okay, those are temporary storage that helps to remember things, so that it does not have to be saved in the server. All right, so cookies are small pieces of data stored on your computer. On future request, your browser sends the cookies back to the server using the cookie header. Okay, since HTTP is stateless means not stateful, it is stateless. Stateless means it just remembers the temporary, not the whole thing. It just will remember what request you have sent. According to the request, it will act. Okay, it does not have the full knowledge of what you are doing it in the past. Okay, that is what it means by stateless. Most authentication system use secure unique tokens and cookies, not row credential. Okay, they are secured. How to view cookies? So basically you can view cookies by going in here. So if you are going in here, let's say google.com, I am searching, and then I'll go here, let's say. Okay, so we are requesting different things. So you can see these cookies and all those are stored. Okay, all these are stored. Let's say any kind of password, you can check it out. All right, this is where you will find the cookies. So I hope you have understood. Next, how website works. When you visit a website, your browser sends a request. So request will be sent to a server, and then server will send you some packets. From that packets, it will again store it in your computer, and then your browser will run those code, and then you can see it. Okay, it happens so fast that we don't feel that it is running it on our own computer. We might feel that it is running in the server's computer. Asking for data to display the page. Now website component, there are three components are there. Two components are there, backend and frontend. Obviously frontend means client side, our own side. Backend means server side. Okay, what you see in the browser, whatever you can see as a front end, it is all like HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, backend means all the database that we can't see. Okay, you can't see the Amazon's database, we just can see the front end part. That is what in short, browser sends request, servers process it, response send, and then browser will display the page. Okay, this is how website works. Now, building blocks of website, three things are there: HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I'm sure you know it. HTML defines the structure, what kind of structure, heading, paragraphs, images. CSS will add some style to it. Okay, some kind of styling, layout, color, size, all those will be done in CSS. Next is JavaScript, enables interactive kind of dynamic inputs will be there. Okay, dynamic features will be there. Imagine a fan is there, fan needs to run, right? That is can be done by JavaScript. Okay, it adds the dynamic nature on the website. All right, now sensitive data exposure. When you are not making a website in a correct way, let's say, so if you are not aware of all the ethical hacking things, then people might misuse that information. Okay, example, reveals sensitive information often in the front end code, okay, that is known as again HTML injection, SQL injection, that you might have heard of. How it happens: developer might forget to remove hard-coded login credentials. You might forget the credentials in the code itself, then they might steal it, right? So that is very risky. Hidden links to admin, some kind of links might be there. Debugging comments or sensitive tokens, all right? So these are the things that you have to be very careful while you are doing it or writing a code, that no one gets the information, otherwise they would get the information. Why it's risky? Expose data in page source. So whenever you are getting something, some data response, you will be seeing a page source. In that you can see it, okay, if your website is not fully built properly, here you can't read much, alright, that is quite secure. But the normal website, if you are visiting, let's say HackerRank, okay, so if you view the page source, then you would get the how it is working, all right? So you might miss some kind of information here that is again secret, okay? So that is very risky. You have to make your website very secure one. So that is what it is saying here. Can lead to unauthorized access, privilege escalation, or deeper attacks, all right? So you have to be very careful. Again, HTML injection that I was talking about, a failure to sensitize user input. So imagine you have to log in. Instead of login, what I'm writing is I'm writing some kind of HTML code. Using that HTML code, I can manipulate some kind of backend, all right? That is what HTML injection means, or at least the front end part, if I can manipulate. That is nothing but HTML injection. That should not happen, okay? It should have the sanitized, okay, unsanitized user input. So basically you should be knowing how to filter it out. May lead to further attacks, stealing data or misleading usage. Use protection. Always sanitize and validate user input, okay? That you need to know. Otherwise there's always a risk that they can steal or they can manipulate the data. All right, so this is the whole part of today, how the web works. I hope you have understood, and you know, I would appreciate you guys that many people have commented that to make the regular videos, and I am very happy that you know you guys are following it, and I'm very thankful to you. All right, so you know, it feels a great that you know I'm in right now, I'm in Kerala. The weather is nice that you can see behind me, all right? So it feels great, and the journey, and I always talk about this journey. The journey is important. The goal is not to reach somewhere, the goal is to enjoy while going it, all right? So join this community and let's do something big. Let's dream something big. At the end, it is all about dreams, what you want to achieve, right? So I will be trying to upload as much as video as I can. Just keep supporting me and share it to the friends, those who really need it. All right, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.